Carolina Panthers 7, the Seattle Seahawks 40. That was the final score this Sunday night as the Carolina Panthers, I haven't heard, but I want to say officially are out of the playoff race here now at 4-8. They return to Charlotte to play San Diego Chargers next Sunday. But let's go ahead and talk about the Seattle Seahawks matchup, which was, the game just started out bizarre, extremely bizarre with Cam Newton. I'm sure that's going to be talk for the week. Cam Newton being benched for the first play. And I don't know if the whole plan was the first series or the first play. It turns out the first series was one play with Derek Anderson throwing an interception that really wasn't his fault. It was more Tober's fault. And that set up what was at the start to a very interesting game. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly talk about the Cam Newton benching. And I think it's something that if you look on the outside and you say, outside looking in, I mean, Cam Newton, if he broke the rules, and the rules are you have to wear a tie. I haven't heard officially if that's it, but that's what's been talked about on the NBC broadcast, is that you have to wear a tie. And if the guy doesn't wear a tie and you're worried about maintaining that I am the coach, this guy doesn't get special treatment, and then you decide that his punishment, because you have to do something. If the guy wasn't a starter, you could just keep him out of the games. Nobody would even notice. But you have to do something so you don't set this precedent of, well, Cam can do whatever he wants because he's the quarterback. So you go to bench him for one play. That's really trivial. One play is just trivial. But what made the thing just such a hypersensitive issue was that on that play, Anderson throws the interception, which again was not even his fault. And now it seems like, oh, what is Coach Rivera doing? But again, if you have to discipline a guy, you have to discipline a guy. Be mad at Cam why not be mad at Cam for knowing what the rules are and trying to stretch them and making Rivera have to show that he is the coach of this team and putting him out for one play? Why not discuss that? Some people online were talking about other issues and relate, but there's no simulation to a player playing bad and being benched compared to a player breaking a policy and being benched for a play. Moving on, a lot of inconsistencies from this team throughout the night, and it just mounted up. You can't have inconsistencies from missed tackles to drop balls to Cam Newton, his inaccuracies that he's always had troubles with, but that's showing up. And be competitive in a game. It's just, you can't do that. What do I talk about next? I have a note here that says third quarter opens with a blast. I don't know what that means at this point because, like you guys, even though I'm a reporter, it gets kind of tough to report on the game when so many things are happening. But I know in that second half, finally the Seahawks had a chance to punt. They made it to the fourth quarter before punting. They only ended up with 1 punt for the game. The Carolina Panthers punted, I believe, 6 times, and that's not going to help you out. Let's not forget, as we reflect on this game and all the things that did not go right, is that people talk about Josh Norman. I get it. He does affect, there's a difference in our team from our defense from having Josh and not having Josh, but it is not just Josh. As long as you say that, I'm fine with you criticizing the Josh thing, but you got to include that it's not just Josh. Coleman's out, Addison's out, Johnson could barely play after getting a sack and hurting himself. I mean, it certainly says all the luck that this team had last year has now gone away this year, and they are not experiencing that luck. Nevertheless, Worley and Mayo were out on the concussion protocol. I lost count on how many guys we were having out with the concussion protocol. And lastly, I didn't like the fact that Cam Newton played until the final snap. I think you need to go ahead and put those guys to the side. I'm going to sign off for now. I'm going to make another video. You guys stay tuned, talking specifically about Luke Kuechly and what should be done about him for the rest of the season. Panthers do return back to Bank of America Stadium this Sunday and play the San Diego Chargers. If you like this video, please press the like button. Please subscribe. I'm still going to continue to have these guys back in the studio. There's a little lull because they're out in California for 2 weeks, but I'm going to have that so you'll be able to see those firsthand. And leave your comments. I'd like to hear your comments. Chris Jenkins reporting for CharlotteVibe.com.